Leonard.
Just straight up Leonard.
Yeah. We know his last name. Skinnerd McZinnerd. Little Zion Williamson, bud.
Was Zimbabwe?
The Freezer Tarps guy, he's kind of funny, but he can get a little like annoying.
It's kind of dropped off a little bit too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe it's like I'm not. I feel like the more I watch like Daddy Wellness and the more I watch Nelk, I get more of Freezer Tarp's content recommended.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I just haven't been as. I watched recently a Nelk interview or video. Oh, I watched Theo on Nelk. Theo was recently on Nelk again.
Okay.
So I watched that one, and then the rest came.
Yeah, like the Freezer Tarps, dude. Some of his stuff, the like little zinger sayings are funny, but then it's like after a while he's almost like stretching it. And
Yeah.
I'm just like it kind of gets annoying. But like Daddy Wellness, dude.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Soup.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it is. Like, I think he said he's like got like some Hispanic in him.
Yeah.
So he like the way he talks so fast.
I know he can.
And dude,
and he can kind of. I feel like he's spoken Spanish.
I don't know
like,
if it's Spanish or if it's just like
just,
gibberish, like and it just sounds good.
Yeah. That's
like
true.
When he does like the Cafe Bustelo videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are hilarious. Well, we're back again.
We are back again.
Yep.
Back again.
Too.
Dude, so on your end, big news for Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Big news for Florida.
Yeah, dude, I was stressing.
I'm sure.
On that game. Yeah, so Florida is in the national championship.
Yeah, that's great. First of all, I'm very happy for you. I mean, I'm sure this is probably a relief. Are you more relieved that they're playing Houston over Duke? Or does Houston's win over Duke kind of give him more like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of.
Grr to him?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I do.
I don't know because like going into that game, I was just so relieved that we got past Auburn.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, most of that game Auburn had control.
Mm-hmm.
And then Walker Clayton just kind of went off and just kind of took over that game.
Yeah.
And we pulled it out there towards the end of the second quarter or the second half. I was just so relieved from that game. I was just like, I don't care who we play.
Yeah.
Like
either
way, it's gonna be tough. We just got to get a win.
Yeah.
But watching that game, at first I was like, yeah, I hope we play Houston. Like I hope Houston gets some crazy upset when we play them.
Mm-hmm.
But then watching that game, I was like, yo, dude, that Cryer kid, messed up hairline.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Because when they get hot from the three, dude, they're nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And then watching Duke kind of like fall apart there at the end, I was like, damn, I kind of wish we played Duke now.
Yeah.
Like I wish they fell apart, squeaked by,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're playing Duke off of a really close, maybe a little bit of an ego fracturing win against Houston. But it's gonna be a great game, I think.
Yeah.
Either way.
And then at the same time, if Duke was in it, Cooper Flag can turn it freaking on, dude. You know what I mean?
That was my first time really watching him play this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'd just been watching I'd really only been watching the SEC teams play.
Yeah.
In that March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
And Duke was I just never really caught a Duke game up until the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid is raw too. He looks like a child.
Yeah, just his face.
Yeah,
So,
he's
yeah.
not a baby face, but a grown man's body. Dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
And he was making some nasty moves out there.
Mm-hmm.
Nasty moves for a white boy.
His sports card market is absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. I mean, we work next to a card shop. Also, if you guys are watching and listening on YouTube, go follow HBZ Sports Cards on YouTube. They just started up their channel. Got to support locally, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, dude, he is the truth. It would surprise me if he wasn't number 1 draft pick. Definitely top 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Honestly,
if he enters the draft.
I'm starting to think Walker Clayton Jr. is going to be number 1 draft
That's
pick.
true, dude. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if he could solidify it with a national championship and leading him over Houston, I think he really could go number 1 in the draft.
He's a senior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Florida's a pretty old team, correct?
Yeah. I think the oldest team out of the Final Four was Auburn.
Really?
I think Auburn had 5 seniors.
All starters?
Starters.
Really?
Yeah.
Florida has like 3 or 4 though, don't they?
We have 3.
3.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I could be totally wrong about this, but I think we had 3 seniors, a junior, and a sophomore.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. I mean,
but we also had 2 guys that were 6'7" or above. We have 6'7" and a 6'10" starter.
Yeah.
Like crazy height on that team.
Yeah.
Then we got a kid this past year, as a freshman. I'm pretty sure he's like 7 foot.
Holy cow.
White boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's insane.
That is insane.
That's insane, dude.
It is insane. And he can move.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Is he can move.
Yeah. At that height, if you can move, dude. I mean, I guess that's like a Wemby or a KD.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's like a freak.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna be exciting.
When is it? When's the national championship? 2 Saturdays from now.
Is it that long?
I know. I remember from last year. I know they usually give them some time. Or is it on a Monday?
Is it tonight?
Or it's a Sunday or Monday. I don't think it's tonight. Well,
yeah, I mean, we got to.
Let's
look it up because they did the girls' game on Thursday, and then the men's game on Friday, and then the girls' championship was last night.
Oh my gosh, dude! It's tonight.
That's what I thought.
It's tonight at 8:50.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
I was pretty sure it was tonight.
Oh my gosh. Houston and Florida have the same exact record too, 35-4.
That's crazy.
They both have the same record.
Did you know this was the first time in a long time that 4 number 1 seeds, was it since like 2007 maybe?
I don't know. You're the one that told me that statistic.
It's something crazy. It's either 2017 or 2007.
Really?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think it was 2017.
Yeah.
I think that's when it was, because, yeah, maybe 2017. But still, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, it is. But also, that doesn't seem like impossible to happen because it is like the best of each division.
I mean, that's what you would expect to happen.
Exactly.
March's Madness.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I felt so bad. Like, we did like a bracket thing for work.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody like created a bracket, put it in. I think it was like $10 buy-in.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was going through there, I had Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Tennessee in my Final Four. And that was 3 out of the 4 teams were number 1s.
Yeah.
And I had Houston getting beat by Tennessee.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, I just couldn't put another number 1 seed in there.
Yeah,
I feel that's too many.
Yeah.
And lo and behold,
I know.
4 number 1 seeds in there.
100%. 100%.
That's crazy.
I know Tennessee fans hate that. And Tennessee's team's pretty old too, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Zakai Ziegler's a senior.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure that Mayshank, is that his name?
I don't know.
Whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm. Or Meshack? Meshack?
It's
yeah.
Meshack, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Meshack, I'm pretty sure is a senior. They have an old team, too.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that's that.
Talk about old team, talk about their coach.
Yeah?
Rick Barnes is a fossil.
That's crazy.
He's so old.
Dude. Do you remember the movie? This is a side note, totally. Do you remember the movie The Watchmen?
Yeah.
What's that guy's name? Meshack?
No, dude, I just saw it the other day.
He
starts with an R.
Rorschach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw like a clip of that, of him like putting the mask on, or he was like in prison or something and he had his mask off.
Oh yeah, when he's in prison and he beats the crap out of all those dudes in the lunch line.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you all don't realize I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
Yes, but he talks like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was a weird movie.
That was a weird movie.
Remember Jimmy took us to see that as kids?
You and I saw that together whenever we were like 10 or 12. And
It's Dr. Manhattan that really freaked us out.
Yeah, dude, Dr. Manhattan was crazy. And he's the one that kills Rorschach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just like, it was just weird because he's walking around in a buff.
Yeah.
Just like nutsack out.
I know.
Me and you were both like,
yeah.
we were hitting each other.
Yeah, I know, dude. I mean, that whole
blue wiener on the screen.
Yeah, I know, dude. But that's crazy. And that whole movie now, like I feel like, as 12, I was like, or at 10 or 12, I was like, yeah, I want to watch a movie. I feel cool if I watch a movie like this. Now I feel like that movie would maybe like bother me a little bit, or make me feel uncomfortable. I
think a movie like that.
Same thing with horror movies for me now. Like in high school, dude, let's go. You know?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm the exact opposite.
No, I can't. Like,
I love horror movies now.
I can only watch old vintage like slasher films now. Kind of.
I don't even count those as horror films, really. Mm-hmm. Like a Friday the 13th, like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, well, I guess the category would literally be like slasher film.
Yeah, slasher.
You know what I mean? But dude, like in high school, like The Conjuring, Insidious, and stuff, I cannot do that now.
Insidious still gets me.
I can't do that. Or Sinister, dude. I can't.
Sinister was rough.
I watched all those like in high school, and there's no chance I could do it now.
I'm
No
pretty
chance.
sure there was some. I think it might have been like IMDb or something like that. They did like a ranking of like the scariest horror films, and it was some algorithm that was supposed to. It was a ton of variables going into it, but Sinister was the #1 scariest movie of all time.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Sinister.
Yeah,
Really?
It beat out like Nosferatu and all that type of
No
stuff.
way.
Yeah.
I mean that is a very scary film. But it's good.
Up. It's so good.
It's good.
It's
You know
so
what I
good.
mean? Like
Aaron doesn't like it.
I hate horror films, but Sinister was actually like a good movie.
Yeah, me and Aaron, like, we love horror movies.
Really?
Yeah, like we'll watch horror movies most of the time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, especially during like October and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love a good horror film. But she don't like Sinister. She thought it was a bad movie.
Oh, then just didn't like it.
Didn't like it.
Really?
Didn't think it was scary at all. And I'm like,
Really?
yeah, and I'm like, look at Bagul.
Yeah, I know.
Look at his face.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like one of the. He looks like Corey Taylor.
No, Mick Thompson.
Mick Thompson, is
The
that who?
guitarist, the lead
Yeah.
guitarist
Okay.
or
Yeah.
Slipknot.
Yeah.
He does look like him.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh, that movie is gnarly. That movie is gnarly.
That is a gnarly movie.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the second one was kind of gnarly too.
Never watched that one.
The second one was.
It's a different family though, right? Because the first one's based off a true story.
Yeah.
And like there's like 2 YouTubers that actually went to that house.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like the real life house?
Yeah.
Or like the film house.
The real life house.
Okay.
They were on Joe Rogan. They were Sam and Cody.
Yes. Yeah. The Ghost Hunter guys.
Yeah.
I didn't know they went to that house. That's crazy.
Yeah, they were on Joe Rogan's podcast and talked about that. They were like big on Vine back in the day. Then for like pranking. Yeah. Then they kind of went the horror route. But yeah, dude, I could never. It's hard for me to go to a dang haunted corn maze. It is. I remember. I'm
pretty sure we tried to do that last year, and you're just like, I don't know if I want to do the horror.
No, dude.
The horror stuff, and I was like, dude, come on. It's fake.
No, I know. I mean, literally, me and Noah Absher, your freaking 12th birthday. Me and him sat in the car whenever you all went into the haunted corn maze. I felt horrible. I felt like a wuss. But I was like, dude, there's no way I can do this to myself. I've been to one in my entire life, and it was me, Hannah, Dominic, and Autumn.
Really?
They're the ones who I went to my first one with, and I was.
Would y'all go to like Fenders or something?
Yeah. Dude, I
love it.
Oh gosh.
I love a good scare.
Oh, it kills me, man. I can't do it.
It is weird though, cause like when I was younger, couldn't really handle it.
I mean,
like
you did it at a young age though.
Yeah, I mean, I stuff like that, but like watching horror movies and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I just couldn't do it at a young age. Like they messed with me.
Yeah.
But then I guess around like high school, I kind of got to the point where I was like, it's not real.
Yeah.
And I had like.
But you got to keep telling yourself that.
Yeah. About me that it's just like, this isn't real.
Yeah.
And like there are some movies that still get you.
Yeah.
You're just like, I do believe in that side of the world.
Yeah, I know, dude. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It like I feel like it's like tarnishing my soul, and I'm like, this is not.
There's a fair argument there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's
like
a
I
fair
feel like there's like a
it's
little.
Not good to watch them.
Yeah, I feel that way. Although, I will say, and I feel like this is where me and you are kind of opposite too. I love horror video games.
Yeah,
love them. Love them.
No.
Because in my head, it's like in a horror movie, you're just kind of subject to what is going on. You know what I mean? You just kind of have to watch it all happen. In a video game, you're the one in control.
Yeah.
So you give me a freaking gun, and then you give me a monster? Different story, dude. Different story. You know what I mean? Because it's like, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got it on me.
Exactly. Although the Silent Hill games are completely different than like Resident Evil. Granted, Resident Evil does get freaky, especially with the newer games, but like Silent Hill, they really focus mainly on the horror aspect, whereas like Resident Evil is more like survival horror. Like Resident Evil, yes, you start off with a pistol. In Silent Hill, you start off with nothing. Your first weapon you find is a stick. Then you find a pistol, and they give you 4 shots, so they really want to make you like you're in it, like you're screwed.
They put that feeling of like despair.
They do.
Like hopelessness.
Yeah, exactly. But in Resident Evil, you start off with like a gun with like 3 magazines, and you're finding ammo here and there, and then it's like, okay, the first mission you like get a shotgun, You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like Resident Evil is more so like a action horror.
It is. It
You
is.
know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
like you got like Silent Hill is more like psychological
Very much so.
horror.
Very much so.
Yeah,
It is. It is. But
because they
and,
like invoke feelings and thoughts in you.
yeah.
Versus like Resident Evil is like, yeah, don't get me wrong, it can be terrifying.
Yeah, it can be.
But also it's like load that thing and just get popping.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, in Resident Evil, like most of the games, except for like Resident Evil 7 and 8, instead of playing as civilians, you're like playing as like people that are like trained to do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like Leon Kennedy worked for the Raccoon City Police Department, and in like Chris Redfield worked for the BSAA, who's like he's in majority of the games too. But in like Silent Hill, you're a pedestrian who's dealing with his own psychological problems, and then the town of Silent Hill is a manifestation of all of his inner demons. And that's the first 4 games. It's your character's own problems, and they manifest into whatever it be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, the movies were terrifying.
Oh yeah, the movies just seem so gross to me.
Yes.
I haven't watched them. But whenever I collected all the Silent Hill games, I was like, well, I got all the games, so I might as well get the 2 movies too. There's like Silent Hill, then there's like Silent Hill like Revelations.
Revelations, I think is what it is.
But I had no business in watching those. I watched the trailers for them, and I'm like, this is weird, dude. This is really weird.
It is really weird. There's one scene in particular. It's like they're in a warehouse and there's a bunch of like mannequins, and then there's this like mannequin monster.
Yeah. Oh, well,
it's basically like a giant spider.
yeah. That's from the game. That's from the games.
I don't like it.
I know Pyramid Head's in one of the movies too.
Yeah, Pyramid Heads is in the movie.
Yeah, but he's like the most. He's like arguably like the most scary boss of all time. Like very iconic.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, forget that. Pyramid Head does not freak me out as much as that little mannequin spider thing.
really.
Yeah, well, because then it like opens its mouth and it's like split down the middle and it like
Yeah.
opens its mouth. I just
Yeah.
something. It's kind of like body horror. Almost.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
gets to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Love
no.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
It gets me going.
Yeah.
But it's also like, God, that was messed up.
yeah. Yeah. I can't do that. I can't do that with like modern day graphics on a movie screen. But on a video game, like the old Silent Hills, the good ones released on a PlayStation 1 and then PS2.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's still so terrifying because they really focus on environment and sound. But it's like I don't know, there's something about
Seeing the graphics can help you kind of detach.
it can a little bit,
Yeah.
for sure. It really can.
Yeah, because like I remember I've watched gameplay of like the first one.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's
it's like-
PS1, so
Yeah,
it's just
PS1, so it's like even the walking's like
yeah.
it's nothing sounds or looks real, so it's easy to detach from. it.
100%. But phenomenal, absolutely insane games. I was at GameStop yesterday. First of all, these games are very expensive. I was at GameStop yesterday, and they have a copy of Silent Hill 1 in their display case for PS1. And
Really?
I think I'm gonna go back today and get it. Yeah, I had I had someone trade in an Xbox Series S, like in the store.
Yeah.
And I currently have it in a box at my apartment, and they give like $211 trade-in value, and I was like, well, it's the Xbox, it's the new Xbox that doesn't have a disc drive, so I'm like, who really wants to buy this? And I was like, plus this kind of goes against my business model,
Yeah.
so I'm like, let me take it to GameStop. They're gonna sell it for more than what I ever thought about selling it for, so people that come in here will only buy disc stuff. And I was like, but I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna buy freaking Silent Hill 1 and like some other stuff.
Yeah.
To have in shop.
How much do they have the Silent Hill 1 for?
$139, and it's disc only. It
Really?
it doesn't even have the case. Yeah, but
That's crazy.
it's still worth that. You know what I
I
mean?
still think it's crazy that you collected every single Silent Hill game.
Dude, 24 of them. 24 of them, including the 2 movies. And this was before the Silent Hill 2 remake came out on PS5. So they'd really be like 25 now. But I mean, that's a new game, so I can get that for just about normal game market value. But yes, I had to buy, and I bought every iteration of every game. So it's like I did, like Silent Hill 2, I bought 4 copies of that game. I bought the greatest hits on PlayStation 2 and the Black Label, and I bought the Black Label on Xbox and the Platinum hits on original Xbox.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, that's just one example. You know what I mean? But it was weird what Silent Hill did. Like Silent Hill 2 released on PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Silent Hill 3 only released on PlayStation, but Silent Hill 4 released on PlayStation and Xbox, which is so strange to me.
That is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is weird. Because typically, if you see a title go one way or the other, they just kind of stick that way, like exclusivity rights or something.
Yeah, no, they went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then there's two that came out on the PlayStation 2 after that called Silent Hill Origins and Shattered Memories.
Shattered Memories is the big one, right?
Shattered Memories was the big one, dude. It's a $350 game.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
because it released in 2009. A PlayStation 2 game that released in 2009. PS3 came out in 2005. Xbox 360 came out in 2006, right? So for a PlayStation 2 game to come out in 2009, they didn't release it on the modern consoles. For some reason, PlayStation 2 only got it. So it's very limited quantity.
Yeah.
So that's why it's such an expensive game because, well, they also made Shattered Memories for the PSP and the Wii of all consoles.
Yeah, I remember you getting the Wii copy too.
Yep.
Yeah, that is so weird.
It is weird to me as well.
That is very weird.
But that was I think it's cool that I did that. But the funnest part, and it was just making the series on my YouTube channel. But it was the hunt for all of them.
Yeah.
That was the fun part, dude. Like getting each one. You know what I mean? And it's like now that's like the second most popular long form video because it's like search based video. Like people will look up every Silent Hill game on YouTube, and I'm like the number 3 video that pops up, and that's like literally, it continued to grow. Like the first week I uploaded that video, it maybe got 100 views, but now it's like over 10,000 because people have consistently looked that up. So now I've done that. Now that I have a game store, and it's going to be like 5 times more expensive, and there's like probably 10 times more games, but I'm now currently working on getting every single Resident Evil game.
Dang, there's that many
Resident Evil games. There's that. It will also, because I'm going to do it for each console it released on too, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's like, no, there's not that many Resident Evil games. There's probably like 40.
But they just made it for so many consoles.
They made it for so many different consoles.
Yeah.
I mean, like Silent Hill had 1 game on the Wii. Resident Evil has 5 on the Wii. It has 3 on the Switch. You know what I mean? It has
yeah.
You know, it has 11 on the PS4 and 11 on the Xbox One.
That's great.
You know what I mean? And then
and then you go from PlayStation 3, 2, 1, all those.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And GameCube. Yeah. Sega Dreamcast.
Really?
Yeah. Resident Evil Code Veronica is on the Sega Dreamcast, and I think there's a couple more too. But it gets expensive. It gets expensive.
Sure.
It gets so expensive.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is really fun.
That's gonna take some time, but it's gonna be cool.
That'll
be some good content.
Yeah.
To put out there.
I completely agree. And that's a series that like, yeah, it took Silent Hill to like prior to last year when they remade 2, the last Silent Hill game came out in 2014, and it came out on the PlayStation Vita. Resident Evil is like there's a new iteration of the game coming out every 2 to 3 years. You know what I mean? So it's still active. So it's like every time a new game comes out, people get interested and they're like, what's all the Resident Evil games, right? So it's like that'll continue to grow. And I did see a big surgence of that Silent Hill video I made whenever the remake came out, because I made it like 9 months before the remake came out. So like it was like growing slowly. It was like at around 5,000 views. Then in the span of a month, it went from 5,000 to 8,000 because the remake came out. So everyone's like, huh.
Yeah, it brought attention back to it.
Exactly. So Resident Evil, I think that's going to be a really fun video.
Yeah.
Plus, it has a lot more of a following than Silent Hill. Silent Hill is very niche.
Yeah, that'll be sick.
I'm excited. I thought about doing Tony Hawk as well, because the Tony Hawk 3 and 4 remake is coming out in July.
That would be a good one too.
It was just going to be
a lot
cool.
of games.
That is a lot of games. A lot cheaper though.
Yeah.
A lot cheaper.
Yeah.
It would get the only ones that would be kind of expensive is if I went for a complete in box copy would be the ones on like the Nintendo 64. Like having a box like that would get kind of expensive.
Well, dude, there's ones that were made for like the Game Boy SP. Too. Like
I know.
I had one on the Game Boy SP.
Yeah. I'm sure.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy, and that gets expensive. The SP in-box games do get expensive, no matter the series, just because everyone threw those boxes away. You rarely see the boxes; it's just the little cartridge.
Yeah, I mean, you always had the cartridge. You had like a little pack.
Mm-hmm.
You threw all your cartridges in, and you just dug through, find which one you're looking for, throw it in the game.
Exactly, 100%. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that though. I'm not gonna do that. I thought
Not
about
yet.
it. Not yet, not yet. But the reason I thought about doing that is because they were re-releasing another game this July.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but whatever.
Yeah. Switching gears completely though, I had this thought coming in my head. I wanted to talk about it. Have you seen? Okay, you watch the Pivot podcast, correct? Occasionally.
Pivot podcast.
Yeah, with like Ryan Clark and Fred Taylor.
Oh yeah,
Jamie
yeah, yeah,
Crowder.
yeah. Oh, sorry.
You're
Yes.
good.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
NFL
yeah, yeah,
guys,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
I like
so-
it a lot better than the one they were on before with Brandon Marshall. What was it
Yes.
called? You know what I'm talking about, though.
I know what you're
Anyway,
talking about.
they left for a reason.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brandon Marshall's kind of toxic, but
Mhm. Well, they left that, made the Pivot.
hmm
I love the Pivot podcast.
Yeah.
And if I could go back to our like very first episode or second episode when we did the Starting Five podcast,
Yeah.
I would throw Raw Talk right out the window and put the Pivot in.
really,
Yeah, that was a total mistake on my part.
Bradley Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was popping.
Yeah, it was. It was. It's with everything
Yeah.
for sure.
But anyway, going back to this, they recently had Anthony Mackie on.
Oh, dude, I saw clips from that.
Have you? They're trying to cancel this dude.
Anthony Mackie.
Yes.
Really? Because what he
What he
said
was
about
talking
like
about.
the home and a father and
Not, dude,
teaching.
he wasn't even talking like home dynamics.
Really?
Like, dynamics in a relationship or whatever.
Just
The
about-
only thing he said, basically what he said was, I'm raising my boys to be men.
Men. Yes, dude. I love that. I saw.
And he said basically that nowadays the past decade or two, we've watched the death of the American male.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I mean, maybe that's controversial or whatever, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%, dude.
And
yeah.
Just the way that people act, you can just kind of tell.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy to me that what he said
Mm-hmm.
is controversial.
I know. He's like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Always hold the door open for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but it's like now we live in that day to where some women may be like, I can get it myself. You know what I mean?
And see, that's the crazy thing is just like that. I've had the conversation before, and it just falls on deaf ears, to be honest with you, because it doesn't compute in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you do that, it's not. I hold the door open for men.
Dude, me too. Yeah, exactly.
You
It's
know what I
just,
mean?
just
Like,
polite.
It's just polite to
Mm-hmm.
do.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but like,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's not that you can't do it.
Yeah.
I know that you can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a human.
Yeah.
It's a door.
Yeah, you have arms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was about to say, you're fully capable. You're walking.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I got to the door first. I'll just let you in.
Yeah,
You know, it's
exactly.
just a polite thing to do.
Exactly.
And people get all up in arms about it.
Yeah. Really? They're trying to cancel him over that?
Yeah, they're trying to cancel him.
Really?
Which
Dang, that's Captain America, dude.
yeah. Well, no.
He is now.
He is now, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, but yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I know what you mean, but
we know who Captain America is.
yeah.
He was his own superhero, though.
Falcon, yeah.
Yeah, he was Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
Make a spin off of that.
Yeah, well, they kind of did, and then the process of him becoming Captain America, it all ended
I don't know
in
the-
game.
Okay, I don't know the full story of like.
Well, Captain America went back in time to like live his life with Peggy, who was like his wife. Because he was frozen for years, and he went back in time. Like he had, I think, Doctor Strange sent him back so he could live that with Peggy. But anyway,
We gotta say explain it, but yeah, to me it's just crazy that is a cancelable offense
yeah,
nowadays. Is
Mhm.
like, I just don't get it.
Yeah,
It
I don't
almost
get it.
makes you feel like there's like some sort of like ulterior motive being pushed behind that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there seems like there's something sinister behind that.
yeah,
And not to put a tinfoil hat on and get like conspiratorial, but like it does feel that way.
yeah,
You know, like why? I was listening to Chris Williamson's podcast, Modern Wisdom,
Mhm.
and he was talking about how they interviewed a child predator that
Oh,
was in
wow.
prison, and they asked him, they were like, "What was like when you were targeting somebody or a family?
yeah.
What was like the number one thing that you would target?" He said, "If the father wasn't present and/or a weak father,
Mm-hmm.
because he knew there would be no fight.
Yeah,
He knew that
exactly.
would be easy to do.
Yeah, which is terrible. First of all,
It is disgusting,
but
but
it
that just puts it in your brain.
yeah, it does.
That just reinforces the notion of like, why would you not want strong men?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Exactly. 100%.
I mean, regardless of what you think about dynamics in a relationship, you know,
Mm-hmm.
if we serve different roles, if we don't, but like, a man is a protector. Like we were talking about it in the last podcast. You walk into dinner with your wife, and you guys sit down. It's automatically in your brain of just like, okay, just kind of surveying. I mean, it's just programmed. It's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to me that that's a cancelable offense.
Mm-hmm. Protector, provider,
Mm-hmm.
everything, dude. That is crazy.
Nothing. If you go and watch that clip of the podcast, like I challenge everybody to go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me where you disagree.
Yeah.
In any of it.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Not one time did he demean women.
Yeah.
Did he put down the woman's side of things or say the man is, over the woman in any way?
Mm-hmm.
He just described his side of the family,
Mm-hmm.
like if what he's teaching his boys to be.
Mm-hmm.
Not a dang thing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm. And I really respect him for saying that too.
I do too.
You know what I mean?
I really respect.
I really like that. I like that a lot.
It's just crazy.
It is crazy. Do you care if I go use the bathroom?
Bro, really?
Yeah, I do. I swear. I swear.
Just did.
I know.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, we can cut this out or whatever we need to. Pause. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
Long story short, I just thought it was crazy because I don't know. I do feel like as young men, and not to say that we don't have any like privilege or whatever you want to call it, like we definitely have very easy lives compared to some people out there.
For sure.
But it's also like being a man's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Being a woman's hard, but being a man is hard, and that's what we're experiencing. So it's like when you hear somebody explain it so well and articulate it so well, and it gives you like when I hear that, it fires me up. I'm like, yeah, that's it. Everything I thought in my brain, and it couldn't come to formation through words. Like he did it exactly how I feel about it, and then everybody. I'm not gonna say everybody because honestly, I feel like it's maybe politicized a little bit.
Yeah, it is.
It like kind of like got in the propaganda machine. But like to see that response to it is just like saddening.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Side note, but in the same realm of topic, on Childish Gambino's new album, he has this song called "Dadvocate," like an advocate for fathers. First of all, my favorite song on this album, but like part of the chorus is he literally says, "It ain't safe being a woman, and it's hard to be a man." And it's like,
oh, that's beautiful.
It ain't safe being a woman, and it's hard to be a man. Oh, dude, it's fire.
I have to check that out.
You need to. It's called "Dadvocate." It's a very just vibey song.
Yeah, I like that bar.
Yeah, dude.
That's a great way to explain it.
Yeah, I know, dude.
It kind of appeases both camps.
It does. It really just kind of brings it all together. You should check that song out though, and the viewer should too. It's a great song. I really like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Watch your foot on that chord. I don't know if that's gonna come through it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess if we're in that realm of thought at the moment, downtown Kingsport got wild this weekend.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, it did.
Apparently that happened all over the nation.
It did. I didn't realize what was.
I'm not on that side of social media, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, I saw like on Complex posted it and like showed like every. Dude, it was everywhere. It was everywhere. It was that day in like the downtown of every big city, clearly every small city. It was like pushback against. Don't push me or something like that. It was called something. Hands off is what it was. And like I don't know, you drive down Center Street and you see signs that say like dump Trump, and I don't know, it's like. Then there's been a lot going along with like Elon Musk bashing the White House here recently. Did you see that? Yeah, he was like making fun of like people. I'm saw enough to like know a little bit, but I did not dive deep enough because I kind of don't care. You know what I mean?
I'm kind of right there with you. Like when you were saying, have you seen this? I'm like, no.
Yeah. It was just how it affect. This is my take on it. And I'm not saying anything controversial. I just know that day.
If you want to say something controversial, say something controversial.
Yeah.
This is our podcast.
Yeah.
It's your belief.
Yeah, exactly. And, well, yes.
Gladly have anybody on to come here and talk about it.
It was just really upsetting for me and for all the small businesses downtown. As someone who's trying to support my future family, I'm trying to buy a house this year. And with everything that was going on downtown, they took up all of the parking, and dude, it killed my business, Corey's business, the popcorn place. It killed all businesses on Broad Street, all businesses downtown. It just killed because no one could find parking anywhere because they were lined across Center Street. Because I remember I texted you when I got to the shop. I was like, dude, there's a huge because we had just got done garage selling. We
Yeah.
also need to talk about that.
Yes.
We had just got done garage selling and we saw those people. I was like, are they carrying a sign? I'm like, no, those are older people, whatever. Then I was driving to the shop to open my shop. This was Saturday. And I was like, dude, there's a huge protest going on. And then like an hour later, you show up and you're like, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you had texted me that, I was literally coming through downtown.
Yeah.
I was coming through downtown and I got stopped at a red light, like right in between it. I was like right at Broad Street. I got stopped at the red light.
Man.
And I was having a good day, dude. I was just playing some Kubicon. I mean, I was just listening to some metal music, had my windows down. It felt great outside.
It did feel fantastic.
And I get stuck in the middle of this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I'm all for people's right to protest. You know? Do I agree with it? Not really.
Yeah.
But, again, that's why I'm not protesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you don't agree with it, by all means, stand out there with your signs and do your chants. I'm all for it, bro.
Yeah.
That's your right. But also, I'm sitting there trying to listen to my metal music, and then they started doing this chant back and forth across the street, and I was like, I don't want to hear this, so I cranked my music up. And I mean, if anybody knows metal music in Kubla Khan, like, it's heavy.
Yeah.
So it's just like that's all you can hear coming from my car blaring.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was just trying to listen to my music, hang out, and then that was going on. I was just like, oh my gosh. But here's where my problem with it lays is what you said about blocking small business.
Dude, it really hurt us.
Small business is the backbone of our country. And in my opinion, what is going on politically with the tariffs and everything like that, the tariffs are an attempt to strengthen small business in America, manufacturing jobs in America.
Yeah.
It's to bring it back. It's to incentivize people to quit outsourcing for cheap labor. To bring everything back to America and build it up. Is that going to be easy? Absolutely not.
No.
Is it going to, what it's doing right now,
Yeah.
put a cost on us at the beginning? Yeah, but it's for the greater good.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like dieting and exercise. It sucks at first.
Yeah.
Food doesn't taste as good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's because you've been so used to this saturated, over sugar, over processed stuff. And now once you get back to the other way, you realize like, oh, I don't eat food for the taste. I eat food for the way it makes me feel.
Exactly.
And then
100%.
And over time, it's so much better for you, so much healthier.
Yeah, you can feel a difference.
Yes, it helps you live longer. I mean, it's the same exact concept in my opinion. But with that being said, yes, it blocks small businesses, and I hate that. Because, I mean, downtown Kingsport's a dog-eat-dog world anyway.
Yeah.
It's not a huge town.
Yeah.
You know, and there is a limited market. You guys are, you know, busting your ass to make it down here.
Yeah, of course.
And then on top of
We
that...
got to pay for it, too.
Exactly.
Like, literally.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't cheap being down here.
No. And then on top of that, like, the protests were great, but then all of a sudden... they're running in the middle of the street blocking traffic, and they're throwing stuff at cars for people that are driving by with opposing signs.
Yeah.
It's like, now this isn't a protest anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now every bit of good you thought you did has been washed away and tainted because now people paint you as, you know, disturbing the peace. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And they paint you as vandals, or they paint you as troublemakers, and you can't get your point across that
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
You know, Martin Luther King never raised a fist against anybody. You know, his protesters were beaten like animals on camera. And he told them never to retaliate. The reason was because even the people that had prejudice in their hearts looked at those scenes and were like, oh man, I can't support that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's a human being
Exactly.
at the end of the day, and it woke stuff up inside of
Yeah,
people.
that's
so if
a
you
lot.
really want to make real change, like, you can't be acting stupid out there like that. You
Yeah.
know? And be conscious of other people. You know?
Yeah.
And other people's lives. Like, just because you don't agree with what's going on in the country right now doesn't mean you get to, oh, woe is me, look at me, how hard my life is and how, you know, miserable I am. You know?
Yeah.
It's just Crazy world.
It is.
It's a crazy world.
It is, and something to piggyback off that kind of whenever you start mentioning the tariffs and how we want to get more manufacturing in the U.S., Hannah has been doing whatnot shows where she sells vintage clothing, and you know it's a sad statistic that if an article of clothing says made in America, it's vintage at this point because of how long it's been since we've actually made our own clothes.
That's crazy.
If it says made in America, it is vintage
It's
because
immediately classified.
it's immediately classified because of how long it's been since we've manufactured our own clothes. Like unless you like try to outsource and spend $100 on like a hoodie or something, like Jocko Willink has this brand, and he has a great brand, and it's made in America, boots, hoodies, and it's phenomenal. So unless it's something like that you have to like literally go out of your way to try to find because it's not sold in stores, you're supporting it online. If it says made in America, it is vintage.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
That's sad.
It is very sad. I completely agree. But I just was like, that's a crazy statistic.
That's a crazy statistic. Yep.
100%.
That is crazy. But yeah, I mean, there's our political soapbox for the day.
Yeah. No. Yeah, we're
Back
done.
to the lighthearted stuff. We went garage selling this weekend.
Yes, we did.
Bailey and Hannah, you guys go garage selling all the time.
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday when the weather warms up, people start doing it, you guys are out there.
Yep.
I mean, leaving the apartment at 7 a.m., hitting them hard by at least 8 o'clock every morning. And I talked to you that night before that Friday night, and you said you were going garage selling. I was like, I kind of want to go. It sounds fun.
Yeah.
Because you guys talk about it all the time, all the deals you get. So I went with them. Boy, did we get some deals.
We got some deals, dude. We got some deals. But
I still can't get over that one that we landed on Sevier Street.
oh my gosh. So Tucker could tell you a lot more about golf than I could. But I've like dabbled in golf. I've played a few holes. I've gone to the range with Tucker. I've gone to the range with Sam, right?
Played a few holes at Ski Kitchen.
Played a few holes. That's to the extent of how much I've played golf. But we walk up to this garage sale, and then there's a bag sitting there, and then Tucker was like, "Hey." We had gone to a garage sale earlier, and there was a driver. It was a nice driver that like maybe.
Yeah, what was that? A Bridgestone maybe?
I can't remember.
It was a decent driver.
It was a decent driver that maybe went for around $130 that they had for $90. And I was like, okay, they're trying to cut a deal here, right? To be fair, if you know golf. But then this one that we had arrived at on Sevier Street, like you said, there's this bag. And if you know golf, and the little bit of golf knowledge that I have with the people that I've known that play golf, there was a Scotty Cameron putter in there, and there was a hybrid that you told me was a great hybrid, and then I found a driver as well. All three of them had head covers as well. The Scotty Cameron actually there was a little pocket in the head cover that had a divot tool in it too, and like you're like, dude, this is a great way for you to get started. You should see how much they want for this. And then I asked the lady, I was like, how much do you want on the golf club? And she was like, I don't know, $5. And then I mean, even I knew. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, because you originally just asked for the Scotty. Because I was like, dude, that's a Scotty Cameron. Like, if you want a good putter to start with, you need to ask him how much that is.
Yeah.
And then she goes, like $5. And I looked at you, I was like, you better take that.
Yeah.
Because it was crazy. And then the hybrid that was in there, the TaylorMade RBZ rocket ball.
Okay.
I mean, with the head cover, great condition, no dinks, dents, scratches, anything in it. And they were just gonna like give you everything for like what, $15?
40. Oh, for all three
all three.
Yeah, but for the whole set.
Oh yeah,
$40.
The bag and everything was $40.
Yeah.
Then for the 3 clubs, it was like $15.
Yeah, $5 a club. Yeah.
The Scotty Cameron itself was $170 last sold on eBay.
Yeah, I know. That's why we got to the car and I was like, dude, here's a last sold on eBay, $170.
And it's a Scotty Cameron Futura, which
it's an
odd design.
Very
odd
strange
design, but still at the same time, Scotty Cameron, great Titleist putter. The driver, I don't think we really looked at the driver, but the driver had a nice shaft on it. You know what I mean? I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. The Nike driver, all the grips on it brand new, barely used. And then the TaylorMade RBZ, the last sold on that was like $80, $90. You could take that straight to Carl's and get like $50 trade-in credit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice club.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then on top of that, I got like 2 boxes of balls.
Mm-hmm.
I got a brand new putter grip.
Mm-hmm.
Super Stroke, brand new.
Yeah, literally in the plastic still.
In the plastic still.
Yeah.
You also got like a hat and maybe like a shirt or something.
I got a hat. She said $2 on the hat. So so I was like, well, what's everything here, Remy? She was like $17. And then Tucker's like, what's everything you got me for? 10, and they were like 10. Then Hannah ended up getting this vintage in the matting like poster of Peter Pan, like vintage Disney. She loves vintage Disney. So 17 for me, 10 for you, and then 5 for Hannah.
It's 32 total.
$32 total. And so we get there, and Tucker didn't bring any cash because I was like, yeah, dude, I'll just cover this, and then you can just Venmo me, because Tucker didn't realize how crazy garage selling was going to be. Then Hannah has the audacity. She did the math wrong in her head. She had the audacity. This was going to be $32 total. She literally was like, would you take 20 for everything? And then the woman was like, sure. And then me and Tucker just look at each other with just biting our cheeks because of how much we're trying to not smile. Yeah. And I literally say out loud, like in front of the lady and to Hannah, I'm like, I'm so proud of you right now for the fact that you were like willing to bargain like that.
But it was so funny because she didn't realize it until we got in the car, because me and you were like, get out now, go back to the car, let's leave, before they realized what happened.
Yeah.
And which, I mean, granted, they were cool with it.
Like,
they did the math. They knew the math.
Yeah.
Everybody, but I think Hannah knew what it was, $32.
Yeah.
She thought it was 22.
Yeah. So just to like make it a clean 20, like here's a $20 bill instead of 20 and 2 ones.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought she was negotiating $2. She negotiated 12.
Yes.
Off of something that we were already like
getting in
couple $100 ahead.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. Exactly.
And we got in the car and she's like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I thought I was negotiating $2. And
yeah.
you were like, I don't care. That was a great job.
Yeah, no, that was insane.
That was insane.
Yeah, I know. I was like, do you want to go back and give him the $10 extra? It's kinda. You know what I mean? But dude, like we rode that high for the rest of the day. I'm still riding on it, dude. That was awesome. That was insane, and that is exactly why you go garage selling.
Dude, to be honest with you, I low-key might just start doing it on Saturdays, just like pulling 100 out the ATM,
dude,
and snagging golf clubs when I see them.
Yeah,
because I can go take them to Carl's or sell them, and people will buy those like hotcakes.
100%.
Especially when you get something like you did for that RBZ.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a $5 hybrid RBZ like that, that's like great condition, just drive straight to Carl's and make $45.
Yeah,
you know
100%. I mean? Does he do cash too or just trade in?
Both.
He does both.
Yeah, I believe he does.
But probably like how I do. You can offer a little bit more trade-in credit than you can cash.
Probably.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good business model. It helps everybody.
Yeah, because like if you didn't want that and you wanted like a newer one, you could probably get like $60 off the newer one.
Yeah, because let's say he knows in his head he can sell it for 90. He'll offer 65 trade credit or 45 cash. He meets his margins either way. He knows he can sell it for 90, but then it's like there's not much overhead whenever you're just trading. Because then if you have 65 trade credit, you want to spend $100, he still made $45. Exactly. Period, and he could sell that for 90. Yeah, I mean that's all small business trade value is about the same.
But again, I mean it's oh my gosh, that was crazy.
It was insane, dude.
It was insane, and we ran into a whole bunch of different, good yard sales.
Great yard sales.
PlayStation 4.
I got a PlayStation 4 in the box.
2 games?
Plus 2 games. Well, technically 3 because one of the game is included in that console.
Oh yeah, it's up there. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the games is included. And it came with 2 extra games and an extra controller, all for $120 with an in-box PlayStation 4. Great deal. Yeah. Then I also bought I always ask for video games and sports cards, and usually sneakers is something you can't really like ask. They're not going to bring that out unless you see something kind of good out there. But this guy was selling sports cards for 25 cents a piece. I got 4 cards for $1, and one of them is a mint in the top loader. A card from 1998 with Michael Jordan, Penny Hardaway, and Sean Kemp on it. That's in great condition. 3 Hall of Famers on one card. I'm going to send that off to get graded. I literally spent 25 cents on this card. You know what I mean? So, dude, I mean, the less people out there garage selling, the better for us.
Yeah.
But if you haven't, you should definitely go garage selling. But you'll definitely see me out there. But yeah, dude, that's literally what I do. Me and Hannah will stop by Starbucks usually, then hit up the ATM, pull out some 1s, 5s, and then 20s, then just hit up the town, dude. Yep. And it is the funnest thing ever. I mean, the fact that was like your first time like going with us, I think that kind of gives you an idea of like holy cow, this can be very lucrative
Mm-hmm.
to even just make money. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's so fun.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
so
or
fun.
just to get deals. I mean, golf itself,
Yeah.
there's a lot of upfront cost to get started.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And if you really want to get into golf and you just don't have the extra cash laying around,
Mm-hmm.
dude, go yard selling.
Yeah.
It might take you a few weeks to piece everything together,
Mm-hmm.
but a set of clubs could cost you like $100
Mm-hmm.
versus going and buying, new or barely used
Mm-hmm.
at somewhere else. Like, I mean, my set of irons,
Yeah.
they're old.
Yeah.
You probably like 2 or 3 different people have used them.
Yeah.
They were still $400.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like
You know?
for example, even though I only picked up 3 clubs, they were gonna sell all of their irons, all of the wedges, and everything else for $40.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's your
They
set of.
weren't bad.
Yeah, exactly. They were Nike, and you said I probably wouldn't enjoy hitting them, but nonetheless.
Yeah, they were the Nike irons. They were a little bladed. They were more like a players club. So like you have what they call a cavity back,
Yeah.
which is very forgiving. You can mishit them and they'll still fly pretty true.
Yeah.
Then you can step up to what is called a players club, which they get a little thinner, and mishits really start to punish you. And then you can get to blades, which is typically what like a professional uses, and those are like you gotta be a pure ball striker to hit those things.
Yeah.
They when you step up that way, they offer more control.
Yeah.
Over the ball.
Yeah.
You can turn the ball over. You can flip the ball out. You
Yeah.
can spin the ball. There's a lot more you can do with it, but it takes that crazy consistent ball striking to be able to hit them.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was playing really good golf a few years ago with my cavity backs.
Exactly.
Got a little bit of ego on me.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I think I need the players club so I can control the ball more. This is stupid. My golf game is just crap the bed ever since
Really?
I did that. Yes, dude. I should have never got rid of those irons.
Yeah.
Cooper has them now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he enjoys them. But I went up to a players club. I think they were the TaylorMade like P760s or P790s, something like that. Immediately quit being able to hit the ball.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Total. I mean, just could not hit it.
Really?
Making me so mad for like a year straight. And then I was like, okay, let me go back to cavity bags. Carl talked me into getting some other like slightly wider players clubs in the Mizunos.
Mm-hmm.
Could hit them a little better, but still not consistent at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, screw this. And I went back and got the most cavity bags I could find.
Really?
Yes, I was like, I am not letting you swindle me this time.
Yeah.
Still not hitting the ball great, but
Hey.
it's going straight.
Yeah. There you go, dude. That's something that I really want to. That's something I really want to do more this summer. I definitely want to play more. I would love to go to the range sometime soon too, especially on a nice like sunny day. If we get like a, maybe can you go? Is it open on Sundays?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunday would probably be the best day. Sunday after church maybe, or Monday before I come in and do the podcast. Something like any day. You know what I mean? But yeah.
I mean, I love going to the range.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go to the range.
That's what I need to do 5 times before I ever try to play a game. You know what I mean? And go to the chipping green over there.
Yeah, and I get that, but also at the same time, like when you're on the range, you're hitting on a flat surface, consistently the same surface.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, you could change clubs and change different targets that you're going at, but
Yeah.
like it's the same shot over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And like, yes, that helps you overall with like your normal swing.
Mm-hmm.
You really need to just go play.
Yeah.
And be like, get your brain working to where you're like, okay, say you're, I don't know, 100 yards out.
Yeah.
And you could hit a little gap wedge, but you're in the rough, so you know that the grass, it's a little bit deeper in the grass. Grass is a little taller, so it's going to take a little bit more club to get it out. So you need to hit a pitching wedge. But also there's a bunker long. You don't want to go too long. So do you just play the gap wedge short and then hopefully get it just on the front edge, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a whole mental game behind
Yeah.
it that you got to go out on the course and play to actually get.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I agree with both. Like, you do need to hit the range, but also it's like you're not going to always have that perfect shot
For sure.
other than when you're teeing up,
Yeah.
when you're playing.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, I got to try out my new clubs now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We need to go play.
I
We need
know.
to go to, like, Warriors or something and play one day.
Yeah. No, I'd love to.
Yeah, we should, dude, honestly, if it's pretty Sunday, we should go do that after church.
Yeah, dude. As long as I get the thumbs up from the wife, I would definitely be down.
Bring her.
Yeah. Well, she usually does all her schoolwork on Sunday, but I would love to do that. I would love to do that.
Yeah, and then whenever you're getting to the point to where, like, you can keep up with a box of balls. Because like when I first started playing, dude, I'd go through a box of balls so fast.
Really?
Yeah. But like whenever you get to that point, it's like, dude, we'll take you up to Graysburg and let
Yeah.
the gauntlet treat you.
Yeah.
That place is so hard, but it's
Really?
so pretty. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you drive past Warriors? I mean, maybe it's just where we just got over winter, but you drive past Warriors and it's like the whole freaking greens are brown.
Yeah. I mean, they're treating them. Warriors is actually usually in really good shape. I mean, for a public course, it's great.
Yeah.
I love it. They take good care of it. Cattails looks amazing. Cattails is so pure.
Well, it's more ritzy, I guess. I mean, they have a nice hotel surrounding it.
Yeah.
A nice convention center. You know, they have a nice restaurant, nice bar there. You know what I mean? So that makes more sense, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, for like membership wise around here, Cattails is the best place to go.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, Richfields would charge you an arm and a leg, and there you're really only paying for like the exclusivity of the thing.
Yeah.
They don't allow the public to come play there because it's a country club.
Yeah.
But also, it's like Warriors is in better shape than Richfields every time.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's
really?
a public course.
Huh.
You know?
Yeah. Do you ever play at Silver Lake?
No, but I want to go play there.
Have you ever played there?
No.
Really?
I've never played
With
there.
it being that close, you haven't played there? Huh.
Never played there. Which I know, like, Caleb and all them play there.
Yeah, my cousin Zach plays there. Well, I grew up. My aunt, she lived on, I don't know, like maybe hole 9, somewhere between hole 7 and hole 12, somewhere in between there. But it's like there's a little pond.
It's only a 9-hole course.
Oh, okay. Well, then
7 and 9. Somewhere between there.
Yeah. Well, if it's only a 9-hole, then maybe more mid, maybe 5. Anyway, there's like a little pond right there, and dude, I mean, their house is literally on the corner. It's a house with a basketball goal and a screened-in porch. You can't miss it. But yeah, no. So I mean, I literally would see golfers there all the time, and they used to keep a little jug with ice water in it, and we'd always run down there when we were out there playing basketball and like get some water, drink it in those little those old paper foam cups, cone cups.
Yeah. The Aaron's aunt actually lives out that road, down towards the river a little ways. And her boys play golf or they did play golf for volunteer. They just ride their golf cart over there. And
Really?
Play golf all the time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the guy that owns it, I think his name's Lucas Armstrong.
It is. Yeah.
He lives right beside Aaron's aunt.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, he's just like 2-minute drive from the place.
Dude, if I'm not mistaken, Lucas is like pretty the real deal.
Oh, at golf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like has like
Yeah,
gotten.
he plays in tournaments.
He plays in tournaments.
He's legit.
He's like gone to Scotland. I know that he was like trying to get into the Masters a couple years ago. Like he.
As like an amateur?
Yeah.
Dude,
like
I've heard he's really good.
yeah, and Caleb Burt, he was his caddy for it.
Really?
Yeah. He didn't get to go to the Masters, but he like is for real.
Yeah.
Like
I've heard things. You know? I mean, if you own a golf course, you better be good.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. I mean, you can play there your entire life for free. So yeah, no, pretty good guy. Pretty good at golf.
Yeah, I've heard. I've heard. I've only just like seen him through like social media and stuff like that. I've never really met the guy or anything. But yeah, that's what I've always heard. He's pretty dang good at golf.
Yeah, I know. Like every year they have like a tournament called the Greasy Bailey. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's literally what it's called.
You need to play.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's literally what I am.
You go out there with no shirt and a whole bunch of oil on you.
That's literally I'm the mascot.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's every year. It's like I don't know what it is. I think you play with like 4 people.
It's like a scramble.
It is a scramble, is what it is. Like all the guys I used to work with at Fast and all play in it like every year. But yeah, you should definitely check that out because a couple of them have like won. Like Caleb's like been in groups that have won it.
Really?
So yeah, I mean I don't know. I mean, there's good competition out there. I'm sure it's a tournament, but definitely worth checking out.
Those always get a little squirrely because like you're kind of at the integrity of other people.
Yeah, it's all honesty based because you keep up with your own scorecard, which is kind of
there are people out there like people that are working the tournament
trying to monitor as best as possible.
Like, you know, and then there's like certain holes where it's like closest to the pin challenges that you can win like extra prizes.
Yeah.
And there's always somebody on those holes, so like you can't BS those holes.
Yeah.
They watch you play. But I mean, we won one at Cattails for the National Football Foundation.
I remember that. Yeah.
We shot 21 under.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Me, Palmer, Hunter, and Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shot 21 under, like totally legit.
Wow.
Didn't BS anything.
That's cool, dude.
Dude, how I knew it was a different day is we started off on a par 3 at Cattails, the first par 3. It's a brutal hole. We parred it, and we're like, gosh, boys, like we can't be parring stuff out here today.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately we went, there's 2 par 4s in a row, so we went birdie, birdie. Par 5, I think the par 5 we eagled.
Really?
Yeah, we eagled the par 5.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you got to think, dude, like Tyler's one of the most consistent golfers I've ever played with. He's good.
You just play best ball the entire time, right?
It's scramble, not best ball. So scramble is everybody hits, all 4 people hit, and you pick the best shot, go from there. All 4 people hit, pick the best shot, all 4 people hit, and you finish the hole that way. Best ball is everybody plays their own ball, and whoever gets the best score is the score you take.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
I see. Okay.
In your mind, it doesn't work.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you say best ball, that's the way my mind used to go. Is like, that's a scramble.
Yeah.
Best ball is scramble.
That's what I was defining. In my head, I was thinking of a scramble.
Yes.
But I see there's a people would refer to what you just said as best ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to do the same thing.
Okay.
But yeah, then we eagled the par 5, and we go up to the next par 3.
Yeah.
And we had a long birdie putt, like 25 foot.
Yeah.
All 4 of us missed it, and we're all just like, "Dang, bro, we just parred another one."
Yeah.
Because like it's a stiff competition out there.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and I'm like, mulligan, and I dropped my ball, and I hit it. I'm not kidding you. It tracked from the time I hit it to when it hit the pin and fell.
Oh my gosh.
Because like you can buy mulligans. At the beginning of the round.
You don't get a free one.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think you do.
Because that's why we play we play putt-putt. We're like, you get one free mulligan.
Yeah, I mean.
But that's putt-putt, you know what I mean?
We would do that if we were like playing on a Saturday or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get a mulligan every 9.
Yeah.
So front and back, you get a mulligan. But that one, you could buy up to 2 per person. So technically, the whole team had 8.
Yeah.
And so I was like, because my putt barely missed, dude. I was like, dude, it was uphill, pretty straight. It just kind of went to the left a little. And I was like, dude, mulligan. And I dropped it, and I sunk that putt, and Palmer's like, oh, it's that type of day.
Yeah.
From that time on, dude, we didn't par another hole until...
Just momentum change.
Yeah, I think we didn't par another hole until the very last par 4.
Did you play 9 or 18?
18.
18. Oh, the whole 18?
The whole 18. We didn't par another hole.
Yeah.
We either birdied or eagled every other thing.
Really?
Dude, and that last one, that last par 4 is that really short par 4. Right before that par 3 we started on that we parred.
Yeah.
No business we should ever par that hole.
Yeah.
We should have an eagle putt with how we were playing at that time. But yeah, we parred that hole too. But then we went to, it was on hole 18. We teed off, barely stayed in. First fairway we missed all day. Missed the fairway. And then we hit the second one.
All 4 of you?
All 4 of us missed the fairway.
Wow.
Second shot.
Is hole 18 the one up near the highway?
No, that's hole 11.
Okay.
This is like coming back towards whatever that road is that connects, that goes in between the golf course.
Oh, the one that takes you to Bays Mountain?
Yeah, when you turn off of the box.
Yeah.
But first fairway we missed. Second shot, all 4 of us missed the green. So first green we missed all day. And we're chipping. And I just went ahead and went first, chipped it in for a birdie.
Oh, my God.
Dude, I mean, like, I popped that thing. It took 2 bounces and fell right in the hole. Dude, we lost our mind.
I'm sure,
we
dude.
went crazy.
I can only
imagine. The funny
imagine.
thing was, the par 3 right before that was closest to the pin. And Hunter's dad was the guy that was watching it.
Really?
Yeah, and he just was like, he called Hunter. And he was just like, "What happened?" And he was like, "Dude, he just chipped in for birdie."
Yeah.
He's like, we thought we were gonna par another hole.
Yeah. So did like Erie sponsor the part of the event?
Yeah,
okay.
I think he did. But yeah, we ended up shooting like 21 under.
Wow.
And the guys that came in second shot like 18 under. So like we could have parred those holes. It'd have been close, but we would have been fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, won that tournament. That was a fun tournament.
I know. Did you get a plaque to prove it? I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, the plaque's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like you have something like that.
First place.
Yeah. Was there like a cash prize or anything?
No, we got a free round. So we got a free round. Our first place was a free round at Cattails, and we're like, I got 5 of these in the car.
Yeah.
Like, can we trade?
Yeah.
You know? And then they're like, sure. So we got a free round to Ridgefields.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we got a free round to Ridgefields, and then $100 store credit at Golf Unlimited.
Oh, nice. Each?
Yeah, each.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So then we got the free round. So I mean, that was probably like close to $200 of prizes.
Yeah. Yeah.
A round at Ridgefield is $90.
Really?
Yeah.
Goodness. What?
Mhm.
Holy cow! If you're not a member.
Yeah, if you're not a member, because like you have
That's
to go play with a
expensive.
member. Like you can't just go show up and pay and play there.
Dang it, dude. That's expensive.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. What's a round at Warriors?
Like 50.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Is that not including cart rental?
No, that's everything.
That's everything.
That's green fee, cart fee, everything.
Okay.
It's not bad. I honestly want to say Warriors might be like 45.
Oh really?
Yeah, which on the weekends is more expensive.
Mhm.
During the week is cheaper.
Mhm.
During the off-peak season or during the off-season months, it's cheaper.
Really?
In-season weekend play is the most expensive.
Yeah. Just like snowboarding, like your lift ticket prices. You know what I mean? Weekend versus weekday versus after what time?
Yes, exactly. Very, very similar. But Warriors is inexpensive.
Yeah.
You know, Cattails is inexpensive too. I mean, they're a little bit more expensive, but you just can't beat it. It's so nice out there.
Yeah.
And all the employees there are super cool. I love them all. They're really nice people.
Yeah.
Plus, like, you can get their membership for like, I think it's like, we get it because we do like a huge group deal, and it's like $400. $400, and then you get discounted golf the entire year. You get discounts in the clubhouse when you buy stuff. You get discounts at the bar and the restaurant in Marriott. Your golf, like, I could go out there and ride 9 holes during the week for like $5.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how many people can you get the membership with?
Well, the $400 is just yourself. Yeah.
But like, what would it cost to play without the membership?
It's like almost 30. It's like 27.
Oh, at Cattails.
Yeah, during the week to play 9 holes is like $27.
Okay, well that's not horrible.
No, I mean that's like a fifth of the price.
Yeah. A 400?
Well, no, what I'm
Okay.
saying is like the discount you get from it.
Yeah.
So like either nine holes is 27 or 9 holes is like 5.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotcha.
It's a crazy discount.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's worth it if you play enough. I mean, just like a season. It's literally just like snowboarding. It's a season pass.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Dollywood. Season pass. There we go. Oh, dude.
Well, there's our rant about golf.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know anything about golf, but.
Speaking of golf, the Masters is coming up this weekend.
Is it really? This weekend? Really?
This weekend. I think it's this weekend.
Huh.
I would check my phone, but.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you.
I'm pretty sure it's this weekend.
Let's just see, shall we?
I think it starts Thursday.
When is the Masters? April 10th through the 13th.
This weekend.
Yep, that is this Thursday through Sunday.
Yep. I'm calling it right now. Bryson DeChambeau wins the Masters.
Really?
Yeah, probably not.
You gonna place a bet on it? Not me and you, but are you asking? Are you gonna? Do you usually?
Wouldn't be a bad one.
Yeah.
I bet he's got pretty good odds.
Yeah. Yeah, you could always just bet $1 on each player. Hopefully, one of the ones in the negative 25,000s is the one that wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or the one that is like minus 250 wins and you win like 25 cents.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think I meant plus 25,000.
Yeah.
You knew what I meant, but yeah, that's the one that usually wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I enjoy watching the Masters.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just fun, dude. I'll hopefully one day I'll be able to get to go there.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Maybe for a practice round because it's ridiculously expensive.
I've heard. It's freaking sponsored by Rolex. You know what I mean? That's insane.
There's some money in golf, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forget my kids playing football. They're gonna learn to golf.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna have them swinging the club out the womb.
No, dude, that's me with like skateboarding and motocross and BMX. That's what I'm starting them off on early.
Yeah.
That's me, dude. But speaking of sports, tonight, what is your prediction?
A Florida Gator National Championship.
A Florida Gator National Championship. Yeah, just so you guys know, we are filming this before it happens.
It's the day of.
It is the day of at 8:50. They probably won't see this till a week from now.
Yeah, I mean it's 5:15 right now, so.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's what I hope.
Yeah, exactly.
But that is also my prediction. Like,
Yeah.
and even my bracket that I did at work, I have Florida winning.
Yeah, dude. I really.
Granted, I had them playing Duke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm
but
sure.
I still have Florida winning.
Mm-hmm.
So,
dude, I hope for your sake. I really hope that they win too. I know that how much that would mean.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Florida's not. I mean, would you even call them a basketball school? Like,
Yeah.
historically, would you say that?
Well, I mean, yeah, we had the back-to-back national championships in 2007, 2008.
Oh, really?
Noah team.
Oh, true that.
I mean, we've
Sure.
been good in basketball for
Yeah.
a long time. Like, we constantly make the March Madness tournament.
Yeah.
Make deep runs in SEC tournaments. Like,
Yeah.
we do really well.
Okay.
Florida is not a basketball school.
You'd call them a football school,
They
right?
are a football school.
Yeah.
I mean, all SEC schools are football schools.
Yeah.
Except for Vanderbilt, they're a baseball school.
Yeah. That's true.
They're an academic institution.
Yeah.
But yeah, Florida is definitely a football school, and I think we're gonna be a football school again next year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to watch. But yeah, my prediction: Florida wins that game tonight.
Dude, I really
And
hope
I
so.
think it's gonna be 87-84, Florida.
Dang, you got it that close,
Oh yeah,
dude.
yeah. It's not gonna be an easy game.
Well, it is the national championship, dude. Holy cow! Oh my gosh, it starts at 8:50. Dang, son.
It's gonna be a late night.
I'm gonna be checking the score.
I'll be watching it.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna be checking the score. I don't have a way to watch it. I don't know if there's any streaming services that I can watch it on. Yeah.
Yeah, you can finesse that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Stream East.
Yeah, stream or crackstreams.net.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I hope the best. I hope the best for them.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
I'm sure.
If not, dude, it's gonna be a double whammy because if I'd have to look at it again, but like I'm second in points for our work brackets.
Yeah.
And if Florida wins, I don't think, because Charles's wife is the one that's in first, I don't think she has Florida winning.
Yeah.
So if Florida wins, I jump her.
Yeah.
I get first.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice.
Wow. How much pot we
Like
talking?
$90, I think.
Really? That's not bad.
Not bad.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
Mm-mm.
Dude, fingers crossed.
87-84 Florida Gator National Championship.
Dude, holy cow. We need to get this clip out there soon.
I know.
You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Mm.
I hope so, dude. I hope it's 87-84.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's see if I can show it right here.
Time and date.
Yeah, 5:15. All right. Does it show it? Yeah, the 7th.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, dude, we clip that, son. Clip that.
Well, with that prediction, I'd say it's a pretty good place to end it.
Yeah, I agree, dude.
Yeah, we talked forever.
Yeah. This is a fun one, dude. I really enjoyed this.
Oh yeah. All the time.
I'm glad to be back.
Absolutely.
I'm glad to be back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Setup's great.
It is,
It's a
dude.
lot easier.
I know. I really like this.
Mm.
Cool background. Cool backdrop.
Yeah,
Cool place to
sick
be.
backdrop.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, people at home, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
Help support us on this channel. Help support Bailey's business, all the local businesses downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Go follow HBZ Sports Cards on YouTube. Subscribe to their YouTube channel that they just started up.
Absolutely.
And we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Absolutely, we will. Let's do it again. Peace.